Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in today's episode, we have highlights from Wakefield Trinity versus Huddersfield Giants, plus reports from two NRL games, Gold Coast Titans versus Penrith Panthers, and the South City Rabbitohs versus Manly Seagulls. We start the NRL match reports on Friday by Game 1, the early game basically, as the two teams that were facing each other were the Gold Coast Titans and the Premiers, Penrith Panthers. Penrith still are on a 100% record with 14 points gathered from their 7 games, while the Titans have got their 2 wins in their 7 games and currently sit 12th. For the Titans, a new look backline sees AJ Brimson taking over from Jermaine Nizarko at fullback, Will Smith going to 5'8", Patrick Herbert returning to centre, and Corey Thompson coming on the wing after Phil Sammy failed to recover from a knee problem. David Feta returns to the second row, pushing Kevin Proctor onto the bench and Jared Wallace to the reserves, while Moeki Fotuaki is named to start at prop, with Jamin Jolliffe out with a calf problem at this point. Tane Boyd and Herman Sasa join the bench. Jaden Campbell has a rib injury and was listed amongst the reserves on Tuesday, having run in the Queensland Cup last weekend, but was left out of the squad and cut from the 19 on Tuesday. For the Panthers, impressive debutant Sonny Luque retains his position on the bench as the Panthers go with the same 17 that took care of business against Canberra. Premiership winning winger Brian Toto, who still has his knee niggles, is aiming to return in round 9. And no changes to the squad were made with the 24-hour update. So we're going to the first half, and in the opening exchanges, the Panthers mounted pressure with 2 goal line dropouts forced, but the Titans held firm and worked their way into a good attacking position, only for a couple of errors from Toby Sexton to take the winds out of their sails. The Panthers got across the line in the 22nd minute through Dylan Edwards, but the try was denied by the bunker for obstruction caused by Nathan Cleary. 4 minutes later, the Titans were also across the line, but Sexton was held up by desperate defence. An uncharacteristically sloppy opening half for the Premiers opened the door for the Gold Coast Titans, and they charged right through with a great team try, finished off by Greg Marju from a Will Smith kick. It took the Panthers just 4 minutes to hit their straps after the halftime break, when Cleary grubbered expertly for centre Isaac Targo to grab his 6th try of the season, with Cleary's conversion making it 6 points to 4. So the Titans led half-time 4-0. Cleary came to the fore once again in the 48th minute when he found Villami kick out close to the try line and then took a return pass to plunge over, and the Premiers raced out to a 12 points to 4 lead as Cleary converted his own try. The Panthers threatened to score again with 20 minutes to play when Taylor May broke into the backfield and looked home before he was run down by Smith and Tane Boyd. Tago went to dummy half and tried to barge over, but he was bundled into touch and the opportunity was lost. The Titans had plenty of chances inside the Penrith's 20-metre zone, but their attack was out of sync and they were unable to close the 8-point gap. Cleary then iced the victory with another try assist, laying on a try for Jerome Luai with a deft grubber, and the Panthers have now started the season 8 wins out of their 8 games for the 2nd year in a row. The first team to hit in history to reach that fact. It wasn't all positive for the Premiers, as they made 12 errors and missed 53 tackles, but were still good enough to turn their half-time deficit for the first time this season into the 8th straight win. So a little bit of points from the game. Tino Fasamulawe played yet another great captain's knock for the Titans with 137 metres from his 16 powerful runs. Panthers lost their captain's challenge 5 minutes before half-time, when they chose to challenge what appeared to be an obvious knock-on by Dylan Edwards. Panthers had led at half-time in every game this year, and their lowest half-time tally before tonight was 12. Liam Martin went on report in the second half for a late contact on Will Smith after the Titans 5-8 had put in a kick. Panthers number 1 Dylan Edwards had a tough night under the high ball, clocking up plenty of run clocked up plenty of run meters with 196 runs made. The Panthers have won 8 of their past 9 games against the Titans, and a big blow for the Titans was David Fafita sitting out the final 15 minutes of the game with what appeared to be a knee injury. But all that being said, the final score: Gold Coast Titans 4, Penrith Panthers 18. Super League Round 11 kicked off with a match at Bellevue as we saw Wakefield Trinity take on the Huddersfield Giants. Wakefield is struggling down in 10th place after a run of bad results, while Huddersfield, after an initial good start to the season, have not won in their last 3 games. Huddersfield come into the game with Tuilola here suspended, and at the last minute Jermaine McGilvray wasn't available due to a flu that's been running through the squad, so Jake Wardle comes into the side as winger. Theo Farge comes in for the also suspended Jack Cogger, while in the forwards, Chris Hill drops out of the 17 altogether, while Josh Jones goes onto the bench. Their replacements are Matty English, who comes back into the squad, and Jack Ashworth, who comes in at second row. As I said, the aforementioned Jones is on the bench with Joe Greenwood, Michael Lawrence, and Owen Trout. Ash Golding starts at fullback in place of Lolohea. For Wakefield, the only change to the starting 13 that lost last time out against Hull KR is that Harry Bowes comes in for Brad Walker at acting halfback. While on the bench, we see a return of David Fafita and Jai Whitbread in place of Yusuf Aydin and Eddie Batty. It was Wakefield who almost got the first points of the game. After the 15th minute, the ball goes to the right hand side and Jacob Murphy almost got over, but Mason Lino threw a dummy and ran through the line to score the first points of the game, which he converted for a 6-0 lead. It was a good show and go, and he had the power to get over. Huddersfield marched right back up the field though. On the 25th minute, Theo Farge found Chris McQueen, who bounced his way into a gap and got over the line. Unfortunately, Russell weren't able to convert, but it's 6-4 to Wakefield. The former NRL player and Origin representative got on his try-scoring list once again, and right on the hooter, Mason Lino had tapped the line, and a kick back inside by Reece Lynn was picked up by Jai Whitbread, who threw the speculator out wide to Lewis Murphy, who dived over the line as the hooter sound to give Wakefield the try. After the video referee checked the try for onside offside, I wasn't sure about Jai Whitbread being onside, but he finished the try with aplomb. Mason Lino were converted, and it was at 12 points to 4 at half time. But Huddersfield come roaring back just after that though, and it's Luke Yates who bundles his way over the line for the first try of the half. Ollie Russell converts to make it a 12 points to 10 scoreline. Very prominent in this game was Danny Levi, always making the goal forward go right. And it was Huddersfield that got on the scoring once again. After Luke Yates was held, Ollie Russell was held up, the ball went left and the kick through by Farge was gobbled up by Ricky Lulatelli, who got over the try line for the score. Great finish there by Lulatelli. Let's have a look at that kick again. Well weighted, perfect angle. Danny Levi showing his worth there as it's coming up to full time. And a very, very hard-fought victory for the outer sorts Huddersfield, but a disappointing loss for Wakefield, 12 points to 14. The second game that was played in the NRL was between two sides that were expecting to be challenging higher and higher up the league compared with last season, as we see the South Sydney Rabbitohs face the Manly Sea Eagles. Both teams sit in the playoffs at this point, but the Sea Eagles are one game ahead with 8 points from their 7 games, and the Rabbitohs sit with a group of teams on 6 points. Both were expecting to push on from last year's semi-finals and finals appearances. This comes with the changes that have been made in the squads. First of all, the Rabbitohs' Harmay Seller has been ruled out after copying a head knock against the Tigers, so Trent Peoples comes in onto the bench for his NRL debut. Latrell Mitchell's brother, Shaki Iwa, I can't pronounce that name, Shakwa, remains in the squad after it was cut to 19. I apologise if I've got the name incorrect, on Thursday, and is closing on his debut. Tane Milne's suspension paves the way for Isaiah Tass to come into the centres for his second NRL game. Jacob Host is out with a shoulder injury, so Saliva Havili joins the bench. Josh Schuster remains in the 19-man squad for the Sea Eagles on Thursday and is on track to play his first game of the season. Martin Tapau and Sean Kepe are the new props, with Andrew Davey sidelined with a shoulder injury, and To'ofoa Sipley reverting to the bench. Aumole Olakawatu is suspended, and Daniela Paseka with a knee injury are out, so Ben Trebojevic and Kurt De Lewis come in. Ethan Bulmore moves from the bench to the starting side. In the backline, Tolutua Kola comes into the starting side at centre, with Morgan Harper left out. And that's it for another episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates that may be coming your way. Also, please tell me in the comments what your thoughts are of this video. I'm always looking to improve, so any criticism that you guys have, critique, shall we call it that, critique, to help me improve the videos, please let me know. The Facebook page is there. Everyone, please join up, get involved in the discussion, create discussions. I want a good Discord between us all. In the meantime, tell me what your thoughts are on the 2 NRL games today. Do you think the sending off in the Manly's versus Souths game was justified, as we saw that other one in Wakefield's game? I haven't shown that in the highlights, but it's readily available for everyone, which didn't get a red card. Panthers were given a tougher task than they thought against Gold Coast Titans. Are they starting to get their best team together, adjusting all the squad, or do they still need to keep tinkering, the Titans, to get the best performance? On Wakefield and Huddersfield, two tough games, two sides, should I say, not giving each other an inch, and a fair result in my mind. Huddersfield just about won it because they had the better opportunities. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember, share this video worldwide. I wish you all the best. Please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode. We go into the first half, and a massive call by the referees sees Carl Lawton head to the locker room for the rest of the game as he's sent off for a dangerous tip tackle, which saw Cameron Murray land on his head, basically. It was late in the tackle count and was initially grabbed well by Lawton, but he tipped him way beyond the horizontal, and that gave him the marching orders. On the 17th minute though, after Blake Taft took a penalty from in front and gave the Rabbitohs the lead after that sending off, it was Manley that went in front. Kieran Foran dives over from the left edge and to claim the try. There was a long delay as it was sent upstairs for a look by the bunker. Usually it means it's going to be overturned, but not the case here, as there was not enough evidence to overturn the try decision. There's a penalty after points as well, as Daly Cherry Evans places a crossfield kick perfectly to his wing Jason Saab, who comes down with it. Incredibly, Saab scores his first try of the season, despite pressure from Alex Johnson. It's extended after the try is converted. The Souths though come back with two quick tries, and just like that, it's turned around on its head. First, Keone Kolamatangi crosses on the right edge to make it 10 points to 8 after the conversion, and the penalty in their next set puts them right back on the attack. It's a big swing to the left, and Alex Johnson does brilliantly to get away from both Tulu Toa Kola and Jason Saab before grounding it inside the corner post. Then it was Manley who came back. Christian Tuipulotu puts Manley back in front. A wicked bounce from a long Daly Cherry Evans kick wrong fronts Alex Johnson and trickles over the sideline for a 40-20. From there, Joe Schuster throws a brilliant offload, and the young winger does the rest. He cuts back inside and makes the kick even easier. Manly though get the ball in the Souths in their own half, and Martin Tapau put the ball down in a rushed attempt to go for an offload in the tackle. There's only 55 seconds to go, and it looks like the attack is going to fizzle out as they go to the right. But on the last play of the half, they swing it to the left, and Isaiah Tass has the job just to run in and score his second try in as many games. Taft nails the kick, and it's half time with the Bunnies leading 18 points to 16. It's a big milestone for the 32-year-old Alex Walker as he caps a try in his 150th game. Tom Burgess, first of all, increases the South's lead with a couple of minutes earlier with a barging run to the right of the post on 48 minutes. And Isaac Tass offloads on the last, and Cody Walker is there for the scraps to go over for the next try. It was the 30 points to 16 at this point. The scoreboard and the man count doesn't deter the Manly Seagulls though. After a bit of ad-lib rugby league from Manly, and it ends with Kieran Foran grubbering back towards the middle and Daly Cherry Evans air swinging at the ball. It ends up working out for Daly Cherry Evans though. The movement fools the South's chasers, and as the ball rolls into the in-goal area, it was definitely going to win the race to the ball before he's tackled by Damien Cook. Penalty try is given, and a penalty try is not much clearer given than that. And it ends with the game being 8 points the difference. With 13 minutes to go. With the numbers game on the South side, they were expected to get more points on the board with the time ticking, and that's what they did. After a couple of incidents, first of all, Ben Trebojevic, who was playing at left centre, knocks down the ball for a scrum for the Souths directly in front of the post. A misplaced pass by Souths sees Alex Johnson regain the ball close to the touchline, but he gave himself up, and it was outside the 20. The tackler who came in for Manly touched Johnson, picked him up, then threw him out. Basically, the tackle had been completed and the referee gave a penalty. A few sat-up tackles later, a huge gap appeared in the Manly defence, and Cameron Murray saw this and dived over underneath the posts. Blake Taff added the 2, and Souths have extended the lead once again. And to finish off the game, it was the Rabbitohs who made it 40 points for the match, as they were set up for a drop goal, but some rush defence found an overlap on the right hand side where Campbell Graham pushes through an attempted tackle from Ben Trebojevic, and he passes inside for Blake Taff to score the final try of the game. And on the hooter, he actually misses his own conversion. It is about a few metres inside the touchline, but it's a win for the Rabbitohs, as they come through victorious in a 40 points to 22 victory in a hard-fought, tough battle.